like, damn, this place has a rockin' soundtrack, and you're at Publix. You know what I'm talking about? Don't stop believing, girl. I'm trying to stay in shape. It's hard. I went to LA Fitness, right? I'm greeted by the trainer, this like young cut Gen Z kid named Chad or something, right? And he checks me out, and he's all serious. He's like, so Erik, is this your first time at a gym? I said, ever? I'm 48, asshole. I don't just go to Krispy Kreme, right? So he starts like checking all my fat and everything, and I'm like, I will shred it. Oh my God, one day I'm gonna walk in here, I'm gonna be so proud, everybody's gonna take one look at this body and say, wow, that guy definitely takes Ozempic, for sure. He's got that glow, he's got it. He's like, what about your goals, Do you want to run a marathon or climb a mountain? I said, how about avoid kidney failure? Can we start there? I'm gonna climb my own stairs, dude. What are you talking about? Because they train us all like we're training for the Olympics or something, right? We need to reimagine gyms, okay? Because when I walk in there, I see all these fancy slogans like impossible is nothing or stronger every rep. You see all that displayed. When I walk in, I just want to see, holy shit, you showed up. This fat bastard's back. We are the champions, sir. There's some midget just out of the cake somewhere. Hell. And all these workouts, they take forever to see any results. I know, trust me, right? I feel like I want something immediately helpful. Results now. What are the best yoga poses for constipation? That's all I want to know. Give me the White Claw workout. You know what I'm saying? Come on. I mean, it's a journey, man. Do you guys work out over here? This crew of studs? Yeah? You know what I'm saying? I've been doing this 30 years. I still look like the before picture. I never had my after moments, all right? And then, Chad, the trainer, sees me trying to work out. I'm lifting 8 pounds. He's like, yeah, baby, you getting swole? I'm like, yeah, swollen as shit, dude. I'm cracking Eye of the Tiger. I got a headband on. And those endorphins, play with your mind, right? Because when they kick in, you start to feel good for a minute, right? I'm walking around like, damn, I must look like one of those, fancy, Greek statues all cut on, a patio. And then I catch a glimpse of myself in the mirror and see Danny DeVito. And I'm like, shit. Fail. So here's what I do to feel instantly healthy. I go to an early bird special. No one else there can tolerate sodium. You know what I'm saying? They're like, he has to piss only once a night? These are miracles. And just when I thought all hope is lost, am I going to have to eat tofu burgers for the rest of my life, I saw one of those 107-year-old guys getting interviewed, and they're like, so sir, what's the secret? Is it exercise and no sugar? And he goes, nah, it's cigars and anal sex. And I said, yes, I will live. Let's go. Yeah. This is a late show, baby. But like Perry said, we all pick up habits in life, Anyone here enjoy the marijuana? Yeah. The same girl in the back. And about 72 liars. Because weed has changed like everything else in the culture, right? I grew up in New York City in the 90s. I had to buy like crap weed out of a drug mule's cornhole, right? That's what I had to do. But I just went to a dispensary. Have you guys been to these? They're everywhere now. Yeah, I walk in, I am greeted by like a fairy. Nymph from Narnia comes down with wings. Glitter comes out of her mouth. And she says, "This flower tastes like your family loves you." I said, but you know what? Sure enough, I smoked it. Next thing you know, I'm on the phone like, "I love you too, Grandma." I'll try the brownie. All right, you guys are fun. Oh, yeah. And it's weird to me that, like, in Florida, you gotta qualify to get high from a doctor. You need a medical ailment, right? That makes me nervous. I never went to a drug dealer on a South Bronx street corner and have them be like, "Yo, it's $10 for a dime bag. But first, you got anxiety, bro? Like, what's going on with you?" So I finally go to the doctor, right? I'm nervous about it. I just want to qualify. So I fill everything out. I go in. I shake his hand. I say, "Doctor, you know, you may be aware that I have a history of anxiety." He goes, whoa, slow down. The gummy just kicked in, man. Hold on. Some reggae comes on, you know. But you don't even need a prescription anymore. You don't even need it because weed is everywhere. Have you noticed this in the culture? It's everywhere. I was just at an oceanfront cafe here in Florida, and I ordered a drink right off the menu called the Mind Eraser. Okay, no alcohol. It just had like a little THC in it, right? But it was mostly like pineapples and berries. You know, it's like a gimmick, really. They were delicious. I gulped down 2 of them. And an hour later, I thought I was a seagull. Having actual conversations with other seagulls. This dude never saw a waiter, didn't say shit. He's just like, "How about another mind eraser, sir?" Thinking, I can't wait to see this asshole on Cops. Florida man humps a tree, thinks he's a seagull. And magic mushrooms, you guys know about this. Magic mushrooms, right? Like, they're everywhere now, too. They're super easy. They was not easy to find ever. But, so here's what happened. So this guy comes over my house to fix my cable, right? And he's like a Gen X dude like me, and we're in the kitchen. We're talking music, right? First, and he's, you know, he's like, "Yeah, you know, I grew up back in the day, like, I'm into heavy metal, heavy, bro, old school, heavy. I'm like, "All right, cool, what are we talking about?" He goes, "Creed." I said, "With arms wide open." I said, "What the hell?" I guess Metallica's for pussies, and Creed's the real hard shit. And then he pulls out some mushrooms, right? He's like, "You want in on this?" And I'm like, "It's 10 o'clock on a Tuesday. I don't really want to trip out." And he's like, "No, it's cool. I just microdose. Oh, is that why you put my cat in the refrigerator?" I don't even have cable, dude. You're in the wrong house. I got busted once. You guys mess with them? What are you guys into, this crew? It's like this crew of like very sexually virile 30-year-old men and one very lovely woman. How are you with them? How is that? Let me rephrase. No. That's okay, I'll come back to it. We can think of an answer to that one. I got busted smoking weed once in the 90s, when it was still a crime, right? When it was respectable. I was in my college dorm, smoking fat joint, sipping on gin and juice, you know what I'm talking about? Right? And I ordered, you know what I'm talking about, and I ordered Domino's. there's a knock at the door, but it's some kid in a security outfit going, I'm going to need to see some ID. And I was like, well, I'm going to need to see some breadsticks, asshole. And he's like, well, you're going to have to come with me. And I said, why? With the lit joint still in my hand. So it was an instant court date. Yeah, instant court date. I had to go to court on this as a kid. And I took it to trial, right? And the judge came back not guilty. Yeah, my own lawyer says out loud, you sure? And the judge is like, all right, it's a first offense, it's, a small amount violation. You'll do some community service at a religious center. I was a bit of a wise ass back then. I said, Judge, that's perfect. Did you know a lot of people in the good book were getting stoned? And he was like, yeah, they were getting stoned to death, you idiots.